team can beat us.
I'm top gunning, running for number one and about to set it off. You can bet your team is done it. Let it out, get out the way quick. We rush the game thick and crush the play sick. We make it look easy in any situation.
For Kobe Bryant and the Lakers, it came down to this in the final seconds of Game 1 Monday night. So for the second consecutive playoff series, the Lakers have lost the opener here at home. Tonight at Staples Center, once again, LA hoping to bounce back, while the Mavericks looking to take a 2-0 lead back to Dallas. We are moments away from Game 2 of this best-of-7 Western Conference semifinal series. The Dallas Mavericks and the two-time defending champion Los Angeles Lakers to meet in the nightcap of TNT's playoff doubleheader. Hi, everybody. I'm Marv Albert, along with Steve Kerr. We'll be joined momentarily by Cheryl Miller, working the sidelines. Steve, what do you see as the three keys heading into tonight's Game 2?
Well, Marv, I thought the Lakers got a little bit away from their game plan in Game 1 in terms of really jacking up too many outside shots. They've got to pound it inside. Look at the points in the paint in the second half of Game 1. That can't happen again. Dallas must rebound. They're at a major disadvantage on the glass in this series. They did a nice job in Game 1. That allowed them to stay in it. And then fourth quarter execution, Marv, it was all Dallas the other night. Lakers had a pretty comfortable lead, but the Mavericks really outplayed them in the fourth.
All right, let's check out the starting lineup presented by Budweiser. For Dallas, Dirk Nowitzki coming off that huge Game 1. Tyson Chandler did a good job against Andrew Bynum, and Jason Kidd coming up with a solid all-around game. And Steve, as you mentioned, the Lakers needing much more from their front line, and Kobe Bryant spectacular at times with 36 points, but he did attempt 29 shots and no assists on the stat sheet for Kobe.
And I thought the most interesting number to me was he took 9 3-pointers, and Andrew Bynum took 8 shots total the entire game, and that tells the story. I would look for Andrew Bynum to be extremely aggressive here early on, Marv. They've got to establish his presence in the post, and I think they also have to try to get Tyson Chandler in foul trouble.
The officials, Monty McCutcheon, Bennett Salvatore, Bill Sporter, Lakers control the opening tip. And after Game 1 on Monday night, Phil Jackson said, "We stopped playing offense and stopped playing defense." That is not a good thing. No. On Test, who struggled, shooting just 1 for 8 the other night, able to knock it down.
And Phil, before the game, said to us, we've got to get Bynum involved, and we've got to have Artest score for us. And right away, you see the Lakers go to Artest on the first play.
Stevenson played by Fisher. Kidd using the pick and has an open shot. Yes.
That was interesting. Looked like a miscommunication because Bryant went with the roller. I don't think the Lakers are going to switch pick and rolls with Jason Kidd, but Kobe may have gotten buried on that play, and Kidd ends up with a wide open shot.
Bynum backing his way on Chandler, and he is hacked.
Now here's the pick and roll. Watch this. Kobe just doesn't really try to fight over, and he switches. Bynum not going to come out and guard Kidd 19 feet from the hoop, and an easy shot there. And Marv, I think that's a significant play that just happened. Tyson Chandler picking up that first foul. Bynum going right at him. Chandler is the key to this improved Dallas defense this year. If the Lakers can limit his time on the floor, they'll have a much easier time scoring tonight.
Bynum only a 66% free throw shooter during the season. Quiet night in Game 1, 8 points, 5 rebounds. Picked up that late foul on Nowitzki. Lakers not able to get the ball down low for Bynum. This coming off an excellent Game 6 and a very solid performance in the previous series against the Hornets.
Yeah, he really had a breakthrough, averaging about 15 points, 10 rebounds. And I think a lot of people felt like Bynum had a huge advantage in this series, but that wasn't the case in Game 1.
Nice pass from Marion, but Chandler was turned back. Saul looking to work on Nowitzki. And you can see Kobe is looking to start out as a Saul knocks it down as you like to say, the facilitating.
That's right. Kobe did not even look at the hoop, and you can see the intent for the Lakers right off the bat. Go inside, pound Dallas early. I think that's smart.
In game one Monday night, Dallas came back from a 16-point deficit. Nowitzki. And that victory by the Mavs stunned this crowd. The Lakers put together that 21-2 run to take the 16-point lead. Then the Mavs came back with a 20-6 spurt that turned it. Phil Jackson saying that cost the Lakers the game. And here is Bryant's first shot.
Well, the interesting stat with Kobe, besides the 29 field goal attempts the other day, was as Chandler gets the lob from Jason Kidd. But out of Kobe's 29 shots in game one, only 4 were from inside 10 feet. So, he did not get to the rim, didn't get to the foul line a lot. And you saw, even though that was probably a 12-footer, that was a post-up move there for Kobe.
Bryant makes it 4 for 4 shooting for the Lakers here at the start.
And they're establishing better position with their offense. They're getting the ball much closer to the hoop as they're starting to make their moves.
Foul is called on Fisher, tripping foul.
Well, here's the repost with Gasol. Kobe not even looking, but Gasol getting the ball right back and shooting over the top of Dirk. I thought Nowitzki did a better job defensively in game one against Gasol than a lot of people expected. And there's Kobe knocking down his first shot.
Powell's stat line was impressive, but it wasn't a strong game, although you take a look at the box score, you see 15 points, 7 assists, and 11 rebounds.
He was terrific in the first half, particularly passing the ball. Second half, I thought he got pushed off the block and really wasn't a force offensively.
Fisher on the drive. Rebounded by Nowitzki. Look out, Bryant going for the steal. It's a 5-on-4 for Dallas. Stevenson. Deshaun Stevenson. 0 for his last 12 in games against the Lakers going back to the regular season. Finally hits 0 for 3 the other night in game one.
Well, remember how bad he was at the beginning of the third quarter as he turned the ball over a couple times in a row. Artest gets the floater to go. I think that was a big basket for Deshaun Stevenson's confidence. He's not going to play a lot in this series, but he's got to be effective while he is out there.
Lakers with a 12-9 lead. 4 minutes gone by. Here's Kidd again getting a pick. That's a 3-point attempt off the mark. Rebounded by Bynum. And Fisher pushes it. Set by Kidd. Artest. Another rebound for Nowitzki. Here's Marion on the run, but Fisher got back. Oh, it's a dangerous pass, and Stevenson not able to get to it.
And Stevenson not happy at all. The official, Bill Spooner, was right in front of him. Stevenson would have caught that pass, but Spooner kind of impeded his progress. Obviously, an inadvertent play there, but I think Bill Spooner a little embarrassed.
Fisher gets it down low. A series of head fakes by Gasol, who faced a double, saved by Bynum. Bynum spinning inside. Trying to bank it, rebound Nowitzki, and a foul. It is on Gasol.
Well, you see everybody trying to get Bynum involved. Derek Fisher had a wide open look from the corner and still gave it to Bynum. Watch this play. Stevenson's going to catch this ball in the corner, but the official right in his way. Just one of those plays, unfortunately.
5 minutes gone by. Packed house as always here at Staples Center. Nowitzki with the step, trying to go to the reverse, but Artest over to help. Bryant puts a move on Stevenson and draws the foul. Stevenson reaching in. Peja Stojakovic, who came off the bench in game one and did a good job, has come on now for Sean Marion.
And Rick Carlisle wanting to get some spacing with Stojakovic. Lakers have really packed their defense in the paint. They've done a nice job. We just saw it on that drive from Nowitzki. About 3 Laker jerseys in the paint area, and somebody ended up blocking his shot.
Artest played by Stojakovic. Here's Gasol, a little further out of his normal range. Stojakovic hit a couple of threes the other night. Nowitzki. It's so difficult Can he get any chance, obviously, of blocking a shot, but even getting a hand close to the ball?
He just shoots from behind his head, and he's so tall, and he usually fades away. And Dirk's going to get called for the foul there as Gasol drives to the hoop. But Marvin, what I noticed early on at the other end, Gasol is trying to crowd Nowitzki a little bit more, which I think is smart, particularly while Bynum is on the floor, because you know you have a shot blocker behind you, and Gasol trying to get underneath Nowitzki a little bit here.
Paul Gasol to the line as you see the differential between last season and thus far this year, where he's averaged just under 14 a game. He's the first to say he knows he did not have a great series against New Orleans. Did come on after a struggle first 2 games. Finished with 16 and 8, game 6 against the Hornets.
Yeah, he needs to play better, and the Lakers have gone to him early and often here in the first quarter. He's showing great aggressiveness to start this game.
Chandler able to screen Bryant. Stevenson for 3. So he's hit 2 for 2.
So important for Dallas, Marvin, this series to just find points. They don't have a defined number 2 scorer. I guess you could call Jason Terry maybe their number 2 option, but he's the guy who comes off the bench. So Dallas just has to find guys to score.
Artest flying at Stojakovic, blocking a 3-point attempt and landing in the front row, a couple of seats away from Jack Nicholson.
Take a look at this block. Artest flying over, great transition defense, and then landing in the lap of some expensive seat holders.
Lakers by 1. We'll be right back.
Well, the advantage everybody felt the Lakers had coming into this series was in the front court, but look at the numbers from game 1, 49 to 25. Of course, that includes Dirk Nowitzki. You expect big numbers from Dirk, but Dallas got 10 points from Sean Marion, 11 from Tyson Chandler, and those guys both played pretty well. Meanwhile, for the Lakers, it was a struggle for both Gasol and Andrew Bynum, and that's why we've seen the Lakers go inside here early tonight.
Stojakovic looking for a shot, passed it up. Stojakovic way off. That was a 2-point attempt. Back tap. Kept alive. Kidd open for 3. Yes. Jason Kidd, who hit the 3 early on in the series against Portland. In fact, had 6 in game 1 against the Blazers, which was a playoff career high for Kidd. Dallas has its first lead. Artest is fouled, and they say in the act. The Lakers started out 5 of 6 from the field. They have missed their last 5 shots, but on the 5 field goals they have picked up 5 assists, and Kobe with 2 of those 5 assists as opposed to 0 in game number 1. Well, you can track the most recent NBA Facebook trends and vote for your favorite players and help them become the, quote, social MVP only on NBA.com/playoff pulse. I know that would be greatly anticipated if you were still playing.
Well, I'd love to be the social MVP.
But I feel you are.
You think so? Thanks. That's very kind of you.
Mavericks in possession, up by 1, just under 5 remaining in this first quarter. Again, Bryant got picked off. Here's Kidd and a foul. Chandler was run into by Bryant. So Kobe picks up his first. Sean Marion will check back in. And Jason Terry will also come on.
Well, watch Kobe with his right arm here, kind of grabbing Chandler around the waist. Good call from Monty McCutcheon. And Dallas doing a nice job executing their offense. This is one of the best execution teams in the NBA. They had 30 assists in game 1, Marv. They really run their stuff well.
Dirk Nowitzki sitting down. Nice pass. Kidd slipping it to Marion. Sean Marion has had 2 very good games during the regular season against the Lakers. Phil Jackson talked to us about. There's one where He was 10 of 13 from the field. That's Bynum from inside. There's no question the Lakers making an effort early on to get the ball to Andrew Bynum. Ball deflected out, last touch by the Lakers. And Lamar Odom will come on for the first time, replacing Paul Gasol. Lamar hearing it from the crowd. Gasol departs 1 of 3 from the field.
Interesting that Gasol goes to the bench first rather than Bynum, which is the usual rotation. But I think with the foul that Gasol picked up, plus the fact that Bynum just scored, I think Phil Jackson would like to see if he can ride Bynum here for a few minutes.
They've just readjusted the shot clock down to 16. Kidd and Terry in the backcourt. Chandler up front with Stojakovic and Marion. Terry with the lead, and it's hammered down by Chandler.
Well, there's that spacing. They space the floor so well, and then you've got to chase Jason Terry out on that pick and roll if you're a big, because he's going to knock down that shot, and Chandler just uses the room.
Here's Bynum, very aggressive and a bit too aggressive, called for traveling.
Boy, Tyson Chandler, we saw that in game 1. Remember, he caught the lob late in the second half from Jason Kidd, and he's so good at that. He's really not a threat on the block when he has the ball. Where he's really good is in that situation. Pick and roll, and then go right to the rim, and he's got the guards on this team to help get him that shot.
Derek Fisher very aggressive with Jason Terry. Now Terry unleashing the shot. Rebounded by Odom.
Send to him left. That's the Lakers' philosophy.
Oh, beautifully done. Odom with the lead for Bynum. Rick Carlisle calls for time.
Well, a couple of dunks here for the big men. First is Tyson Chandler off the beautiful feed from Jason Terry, and then a rare fast break hoop for Los Angeles. Odom finding Bynum.
To be able to shed that soft label, you got to go through some ups and downs, and you know, at the end of the day, you have to win a championship. I mean, when you look at the teams that have won, they're not soft. And so for us, that's the only way we might be able to get rid of that label as being soft.
And even our very own Charles Barkley believes that the Mavericks can upset the 2-time defending champions. And part of the reason why is they made a positive statement in the last round against the Portland Trailblazers when they were down in Game 3 by 23 points. Rebounded back, guys, to win that series.
All right, Cheryl. Brendan Haywood has checked in for Dallas. Steve Blake comes on for the Lakers. Pau Gasol makes his return as Marion looks to post up. And then finds the open Jason Terry. Odom not able to hang on.
Well, it was interesting, this whole soft thing that everybody talks about. Tyson Chandler yesterday said, you know, I'm really sick of the soft label that we have. But then he admitted, he said, when I was with New Orleans, I thought they were soft too. So, yeah, I mean, he's trying his best to personally change that, I guess.
Haywood is called for steps. So the ball back to the Lakers. This is game 2 of our TNT playoff doubleheader. Earlier tonight, the Bulls defeated the Hawks 86-73 to tie that series at 1-1. Derrick Rose, NBA's MVP, 25 points, 10 assists. Shot clock to 5. Artest for 3. Marion is on it. Oh, Terry with the save. Kidd with the pass for Haywood. Haywood rebounded by Gasol.
Lakers can really zone up around Haywood because he's not a threat to score. That's a difficult play for him to make.
Steve Blake hesitant to fire at an open shot. Gets it back to Bryant. You can see Rick Carlisle going with Jason Kidd on Bryant. Oh, the block by Haywood. Picked up by Stojakovic. Kidd did an excellent job defensively against Bryant down the stretch.
He sure did. Rick Carlisle would like to Kidd off of Bryant, though, until the fourth quarter. He knows how much energy he'd have to expend guarding him the entire game.
Marion on a reverse, two-handed reverse.
You know, Phil Jackson told us that Sean Marion feels very comfortable playing against this Laker team, and in particular Lamar Odom, because Marion, remember, had a lot of success with the Suns in the playoffs in back-to-back years against the Lakers. Kidd's going to pick up the foul here. Well, here's Jason Kidd really fighting Kobe, and I think this is where Kidd is at his best, just because he's strong enough to force Kobe off the block. You see Kobe ends up taking about a 19-foot fadeaway. I think Kidd has a harder time these days with the smaller penetrating point guards, but these are the kind of matchups, even though it's Kobe, I think he prefers this style of matchup going against a bigger, stronger guy.
Wouldn't you agree that both Derek Fisher and Jason Kidd were delighted to see each other?
Yes. No Nash, no Parker, no Darren Williams. You know, they in many cases in game one they were guarding each other, and it was almost like, you know, and with all due respect to each other, they know that the other one is a very good player, but I think they just feel more comfortable with that style matchup.
And they each admitted it, that they were happy.
Yeah.
Happy about the matchup.
Well, remember, Derek Fisher had to chase Chris Paul around in that first-round series. Now, for Jason Kidd, the last series was actually a good matchup, too. He went against Andre Miller, who's an older point guard, not as quick. Obviously a very good player, but a different style.
J.J. Barea played a major role in game one. Is on the floor. Here's Nowitzki, who just checked back in. Coming up on a minute to play in this first quarter. The Mavericks have a 23-20 lead. Shannon Brown on the floor for the first time. Phil Jackson would like to see more from Shannon Brown. Defensive 3-second violation.
I think Bennett Salvatore got Dirk Nowitzki on that call. Dirk was trying to sneak into the paint area to help Sean Marion with Kobe Bryant.
Bryant will shoot the technical. You look at the record of the Mavericks on the road during the regular season, 28-13, tied with Miami for best road record in the NBA. It has not been the same scenario during the postseason. They did win the closeout game to see the best road records in the league. They won the closeout in Portland in game 6. But prior to that, they had really struggled. They now have won 2 straight on the road, but before that, actually it's been a long time between road victories in the postseason for Dallas.
Well, they had won, prior to that game in Portland, they were 2-18. Beginning, and there's the number, beginning with the 3 straight they lost in Miami in the 06 finals when they really had control of that series. So this is a team that has struggled on the road. Dirk Nowitzki knocking down the 3. But I think that Portland game, Marv, was a real breakthrough for them. And they seem to have a lot more confidence now. Just, you know, the way they're playing, the way they played game 1. A lot of toughness, a lot of grit to this team.
Blake picked up on a switch. Here's Odom. Ball slapped out of his hands. So the Lakers maintain possession, but just 6 on the clock, 15 seconds to go in this first quarter.
Nice play from Haywood. And again, we've talked about the shot blocking of Chandler, but also Haywood. They've got 48 minutes of shot blocking on the floor with those two.
Blake not able to hit the straightaway 3, and it's last touch by the Lakers. So Dallas ball with 10 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Here comes Barea. Pressed by Brown. Stojakovic with time running out. Rebound Haywood, pops it up. Strong first quarter for the Dallas Mavericks. 11 of 22 shooting. Just under 50%, actually 11 for 23, Steve, as stats change.
The number changes.
Welcome back to Los Angeles, where the Mavs lead the Lakers 26-20. Joining me is Rick Carlisle, and Coach, you knew exactly what the Lakers were going to do from the very beginning, and that's pound the ball inside defensively. How did you feel you guys did?
Well, we're battling, and we know they're going to go in there. We had a couple of fouls I thought we shouldn't have had. We kind of gave in and reached. We got to be more disciplined on those. They pressured a little more. We've just got to keep attacking pressure.
You know, from a tempo type of offense, as far as you guys are concerned, you've got to love the pace of the game so far.
Well, we're trying to play our game, and we're going to continue to do that. They're going to try to play their game. You know, the faster we can play, the more we can get up the court, better for us.
Thanks, Coach.
Yes, the Mavs have played their style, and as a result, have shot well. That is last touched by the Lakers.
Omar, this is a team that is very underrated defensively. You look at the Lakers numbers in the regular season compared to Game 1. I mean, Dallas does an excellent job with their concepts, with their playing with their bench, using that depth. Barea can't get the runner to go. And the shot blocking of Haywood and Chandler. I mean, this is a club that has really improved dramatically, and the Lakers are having a tough time scoring.
Bynum rejected from behind by Haywood.
That's Haywood's, I think it's his second block, but it's probably his third play that he's really altered on the inside.
And Odom not able to hit. Lakers opened up 5 for their first 6 from the field. They're 2 of their last 15. Stojakovic looking to post, and he's hit on the hand by Brown. Shannon Brown trying to slap the ball away. Dallas with a backcourt of Terry and Barea, Nowitzki, Haywood, and Stojakovic up front. Barea getting inside, and then found the open Stojakovic, the runner, able to bank it home.
Dallas is just trying to run high pick and roll and space the floor. Look at the shooting they have right now on the court. Nowitzki, Stojakovic, Barea, and Terry. And so the Lakers defense is really spread out, and they're having to work awfully hard to chase all those shooters.
Matt Barnes got inside. Here's Bynum. Odom kept it alive, and Bynum with the follow.
And there's the edge. When Haywood goes for the block shot, it leaves a wide open lane for Bynum on that offensive glass.
6-point Dallas lead. Nowitzki for 3. The long rebound handled by Barnes. Barnes on the run. Brown, nice play, man. Shannon Brown fading away, saw the 7-foot Nowitzki in front of him.
Tough shot. I mean, I thought he should have given the ball up, but he was able to knock that down.
Lakers are within 4. We're early second quarter. Odom defending on Nowitzki. Nowitzki off 1 foot.
You know, he always wants to get back to that shoulder. That's where he's most comfortable. And so as a defender, you try to force him the other way, but he always finds a way back to that same spot.
Barnes lost the dribble. The ball back to Dallas. Dirk Nowitzki now with 9 points. Kobe Bryant sitting it out. 2 of 4 in the first quarter with a couple of assists. Jason Terry, who had a big first half in Game 1. Not a good ending to that first half with the bad foul on Lamar Odom, who was fleeing from beyond center court.
Yeah. And Dallas falls back into a 2-3 zone, which we didn't see any of in Game 1.
Foul committed by Haywood.
And Marv, I think the Mavericks feel comfortable going zone against this Laker lineup that doesn't really possess a lot of three-point shooting.
3 minutes gone by in this second quarter. Back to LA in a moment. 74-degree night in Southern California as we welcome you back. Aerial coverage being provided by Goodyear. Everything Goodyear has learned making tires for all-star handling inspires what they roll into yours.
Oh, great start for the Mavericks here in this game. They've got everything going, including their superstar, Dirk Nowitzki, who's knocking down his usual array of fadeaway, one-footed, awkward jump shots. It's just incredible. And even a guy like Lamar Odom, who's got all that length and athleticism, just can't bother that shot. As you mentioned earlier, it's just impossible to ever get in a position where you make him uncomfortable with that jump shot.
Odom working down low and banks it home.
Well, that's a matchup LA can take advantage of. Stojakovic not big and strong enough to handle Odom on the low block, and the Lakers go right inside out of the timeout.
Dallas with a 6-point lead, 8.5 remaining first half. Terry eluding Blake. Hayward able to hustle it down, but stepped out. Not able to keep it alive in bounds, so Lakers get it back. Phil Jackson staying with the backcourt of Steve Blake, Shannon Brown up front, Lamar Odom, Andrew Bynum, and Matt Barnes. The other night, the Dallas bench severely outplayed the Laker bench. Oh, Shannon Brown able to go glass.
And Phil Jackson felt like in game one the Laker bench didn't really execute offensively. And what he likes this unit to do with Kobe Bryant on the bench as Barnes picks up the foul. But when Kobe and Gasol are on the bench, he likes this second unit to play through Bynum. And it doesn't mean that Bynum has to get every shot, but it means the ball should go to his hands to force the defense to react.
Haywood in the postseason, 3 of 15 at the foul line. And that might be an example of the touch.
No, it's a smart play from Matt Barnes. I mean, you know, the scouting report for every team is on the locker room wall. You know, everybody knows the free throw percentages. There are certain guys you know, as he knocks one down, but certain guys you know, if they're near the hoop, you just go ahead and foul them, make them earn it.
Odom, he was able to adjust and drew the foul. What a beautiful move by Lamar Odom.
You know, it was interesting, Marv. The last time out, Lamar Odom and Phil Jackson had some words. Nothing major, but it looked like Odom was pretty animated, and he's come out very aggressively ever since. And look at that move. We talk so much about Dirk Nowitzki's talents. How about Lamar Odom? 6'10", handles the ball like a point guard. He can make threes. And, I mean, he's just an incredible talent.
Foul on Haywood. Lamar Odom in his 7th season with the Lakers after a year with Miami, 3 years with the Clippers. Remember, he was a first-round. Oh, nice move by Barea getting inside. Lamar was a first-round draft pick, the 4th selection overall back in 1999.
Was part of that Shaquille O'Neal trade with Miami, and it's the offensive foul here now. Lamar, this is what I was talking about. You know, Phil Jackson made a point to Odom. He didn't particularly agree, and he was very animated, but he came out awfully aggressively ever since then.
Barea. 2 straight buckets by J.J. Barea. Born and raised in Puerto Rico, member of the Puerto Rican national team. And the timeout is taken. Once again, J.J. Barea off the bench for the Mavericks and sparking the team.
And giving back has helped me grow as a person. When you see these war veterans come back, some of them are wounded, seeing them and seeing what they did for our country and being able to go over and touch them and see the joy and the excitement that they get, that right there, it touches you, you know, because they don't have to do it. It was their choice to serve our country. We're forever indebted to them, and we thank them.
Jason Terry in his 7th season with Dallas, following 5 years with Atlanta. 2 years ago, the 6th Man of the Year award winner. Player who provides instant offense. Terry now defending on Fisher, who just came on along with Bryant. So Kobe out for about 6 minutes. Here's Gasol over Nowitzki.
That's the one Powell is going to have to hit. You know, Nowitzki is doing a nice job on him defensively, but Powell can take advantage down on the block, and he's going to need to in this series.
Nowitzki, Marion, and Chandler on the front line. Barea and Terry are at the guards. Shot clock to 5. Barea for 3. And Gasol comes down with it.
That was an excellent defensive possession for the Lakers, and that's why Steve Blake is out there. Phil Jackson feels like he's probably the best option against Perea.
Bryant. Marion almost got him from behind.
Kobe got a nice rest there, about 6 minutes or so to start this second quarter. And Lakers looking like they're bringing a little bit of extra energy now.
Marion had it knocked away. Good hustle by Bryant. So Dallas with 11 on the shot clock. Kobe with 8 points, 3 of 5 from the field. Picked up 2 early assists. It's a 3-point Maverick lead. Trying to take a 2-0 lead here in LA. As it's knocked away, Lakers try to tie the series at 1 as it heads back to Dallas on Friday night. Just under 6 remaining in this first half. I wanted Blake to take it to the rim. Bryant, yes. Wow. Dallas calls for time.
Well, nice burst here for the Lakers, who are really fighting and trying to get this crowd going. Kobe Bryant with the pull-up jumper, and the Lakers are within 1.
In LA, a programming reminder, join the resistance from TNT and DreamWorks Television. Falling Skies series premiere June 19th at 9/8 Central, only on TNT. And one of the stars of Falling Skies, Drew Roy, on hand. Roy recently co-starred in the movie Secretary. Drew will be delighted, incidentally, to be followed by this celebrating group. There's Jack, Adam Sandler, and courtside, Larry Davis looking puzzled. What a surprise.
Larry Davis just makes me laugh. He doesn't even have to say a word. Just his facial expressions are hilarious.
He said the same about you earlier. Off the turnover, Laker ball, Ron Artest, as you see, back on the floor, along with Andrew Bynum, 5.5 to play in this first half. Lakers down by 1. Kidd back defending on Bryant, who shoots over him and hits.
Mark, Lakers are now 9 for 13 in this second quarter, and they've scored 8 straight since Kobe came back into the game. They're finally engaged in this ball game.
It's a good word for engaged, yes. Kidd is off. Rebounded by Gasol. I know Phil Jackson didn't feel they were necessarily engaged in the second half the other night.
Well, he felt like they got stagnant offensively, and you see the ball movement. I mean, the ball is really swinging side to side. You got cutters coming in and out. They're playing with better pace and better flow now.
Nice pass from Fisher. Gasol coming up short. Gasol out of it. Bynum is on it. And he scores. Lakers have taken a 3-point lead, make it 10 straight points for LA. And you see the work on the offensive glass. Terry tries to make the turn. Marion with that unorthodox runner.
He's awfully good with that, isn't he? That little floater. And you get him on the run, and you get execution offensively. You get him on the move, he's going to get around just about anybody who's guarding him.
Bryant backing his way on Kidd. He's feeling it. Kobe now 6 of 8, 14 points. Good job by Fisher. Terry out deep with 4 on the shot clock. Here's Marion setting it up for Chandler, and a foul. Chandler upset. He felt he was shoved a little bit too strong.
Nothing that would warrant a technical in my mind. I thought Artest clubbed him a little bit, but that's playoff basketball. I mean, he had to foul him to make sure he didn't go up and convert a shot. So it was a good hard foul, but you know what? In today's NBA, there's going to be a technical foul call.
So Artest hit with the tee. Terry will shoot the technical free throw. Jason Terry, an excellent free throw shooter, 86% during the season.
Well, let's take a look. Chandler is going to score here as he catches the ball. There's a lob. I don't know. Why is that a technical foul? Let's see from the other angle. Artest, you have to foul him and make sure he doesn't convert, and that's really weak.
Lakers up by 2. So the 10-0 run is stopped by the free throw. Shot clock to 4. Kidd draws the foul. Jason Kidd saw Gasol moving in his direction, and he's fouled in the act.
That's a veteran play by one of the smartest basketball players that you'll ever see. I think it's going to be 3 shots, too. The referees can look at this, and they're going to. Let's take our vantage point here. Kidd, can't tell. This will give us a better angle here. He steps in after the fake. He might have traveled, but I think it was a 3. I think his right foot stayed behind that line.
Difficult to tell from that angle as he jab-stepped it forward.
Well, was it ruled a 3 or was it ruled a 2? Because if they can't determine on the replay what it was, then they go back to the original ruling. And I did not see.
No, I didn't see any indication at all by the official. But Kidd did a good job in drawing the foul, whether it's a 3 or a 2.
Well, smart play, and you know, not only does he get free throws, but he goes to the line and he'll slow this Laker momentum. Looked like he might have stepped out of bounds just before he leaned in, but that doesn't matter. They can't look at that. That looks like a 3. I thought his right toe was a couple inches behind that three-point line.
Right. They can look at it, but they can't make the call off the replay.
Right. Now, if it were the end of the game and it was an out-of-bounds dispute,
and it will be ruled a 3-point attempt. So Jason Kidd, who does not go to the line frequently, but shoots very well at the foul line, 88% during the season, but only 77 free throws, but he hits 67.
It's amazing what Kidd has done offensively with his game. Here's one final look as he lines up that 3 where he has become very proficient, and he leans in, draws the foul. Smart play. You know, Marv, earlier this year we were in Boston when Reggie Miller passed, or when Ray Allen passed Reggie Miller for the all-time 3-point lead. So everybody, most NBA fans realize that those are the 2 best 3-point shooters of all time in terms of makes. And our guys gave it away. I was going to give a little trivia. Can you believe Jason Kidd is number 3 on that list?
You were being very dramatic, and I was waiting for the payoff.
I was trying to set it up, and our guys in the truck just jumped the gun.
They killed you.
Just crushed me.
But it is surprising that Kidd is number 3.
I mean, I would have guessed Steve Nash is probably ahead of Jason Kidd, but over the last 5 or 6 years in particular, Kidd has got very proficient with that 3-point shot. And obviously, he's played a ton of minutes too. I mean, he's
17 seasons.
Yeah.
Gasol came up short, late whistle and a foul. The outside official, Bennett Salvatore, making the call. It is on Nowitzki, and that is his second.
Now, very late on the call, but it looked like a good call to me. And again, Gasol getting better post-up position, being very aggressive. And yeah, Dirk right on that right wrist. Excellent call, albeit a little late from Bennett Salvatore.
Powell is 1 of 2 at the line. Lamar Odom coming on for Andrew Bynum. And as Gasol gets set to shoot a second, let's check in with Ernie in our Atlanta studios. All right, thank you, Ernie. Our congratulations to Blake Griffin as Nowitzki is able to knock it down. Blake taking Rookie of the Year honors.
And how about Dirk Nowitzki? Doesn't matter who's on him. Ron Artest gets his first crack at Dirk tonight, and Dirk just turns and shoots right over him.
Fisher with a deep three. Good job by Chandler, able to tip it over to Nowitzki. Terry. And Odom able to keep it away from Chandler. Artest is fouled by Chandler. For Dallas, their 4th team foul.
You get the feeling that Dallas kind of withstood this Laker charge, and now the crowd is quiet again. They've just hung in there. They've got a 1-point lead. It's important now to close the quarter a little bit better than they closed the first half in game 1 when they had that disastrous final, 20-30 seconds.
Lakers were able to reel off a 10-0 run just moments ago. Nowitzki challenging Artest to take that three. Here's Bynum spinning his way for the reverse. Bynum has been outstanding. That's 12 points for Andrew Bynum along with 5 rebounds.
I loved Andrew Bynum's response after game 1. A lot of people tried to blame Kobe for all the shots he took. Bynum said, no, it wasn't Kobe's fault. He said, I just didn't play well.
Artest being very physical with Nowitzki, and he's hit with the foul. Second on Artest. Lakers now over the limit.
Yeah, Bynum took 8 shots in game 1, and everyone said, well, you got to pound the ball inside. And Bynum said, I have to play with more aggression and more confidence, and he's doing so tonight. 5 for 7, 2 for 2 from the line. So he's got 12 points and 5 boards. He's been dominant.
And as I mentioned earlier, had that terrific series against the Hornets. He averaged 15 points, 10 rebounds in the opening playoff set. Look at this series. Mavs taking game 1. Come from behind effort, down by as many as 16 points. Game 3 will be in Dallas on Friday night on ESPN. Game 4 on Sunday on ABC.
I'm really excited about this series, Marvin. We talked about this in game 1, the fact that these two teams have never faced each other in the playoffs during the Dirk Nowitzki, Kobe Bryant era, which is just shocking given how good both teams have been. You'd think at some point they would have met, but this is a terrific matchup. A lot of great individual matchups as well.
And that is really circumstantial when you consider the success of both these franchises. Bryant rimming out and then deflected out, last touch by Nowitzki.
Well, the Lakers have won the Western Conference 6 times in the last 11 years, and that Mavericks have been in the playoffs all of those 11 years. So it's unbelievable. And Dallas has had some playoff success too. Now, of late, in the last few years, they've struggled. But of course, they made the finals in 06, and they've been to the conference finals as well.
Bynum with the rebound and the bucket. Coming up on a minute remaining in this first half, the Laker lead is 1.
And they're starting to take advantage of the offensive boards and the points in the paint. That's 24 now for LA. That's where their edge lies in this series.
Marion from Nowitzki, yes, and it counts. And a great look from Nowitzki as they try to trap him in the corner, but was able to turn and find the cutter, Sean Marion.
We talked to Phil Jackson about this before the game. What a good passer Dirk Nowitzki has become since early in his career. And he said, I never thought Dirk was selfish. I just didn't think he saw the floor that well. And you see how he's grown as a player. He feels defense is coming, and then he understands where his teammates are going to be.
Foul was called on Odom. You're talking about Dallas in the playoffs. Well, last season they won 55 games, second seed in the West, but in the postseason eliminated in the first round by the Spurs in 6 games.
Well, they've only won 1 playoff series in the last 4 years coming into this season.
Here's Bryant for 3. Artest with the rebound. Ron Artest on the follow.
Mark, with this big lineup, Kobe, Artest, Odom, Bynum, they have a physical edge at pretty much 4 spots. And they're taking advantage of that right now on the boards.
Dallas can play it down a fraction of a second differential. Well, Nowitzki takes the shot and hits. Dallas back up by 2, final seconds of the first half. Odom for 3. And this time, Jason Terry,
you see that?
Stayed away. He faded out of sight as he was defending on Odom.
Yep.
Not this time. Halftime at Staples. Mavericks with a 51-49 lead. We'll take a quick break and then take you to Ernie, Kenny, and Charles in Atlanta for the T-Mobile halftime report. Angeles, California aerial coverage being provided by Goodyear. Everything Goodyear has learned making tires for all-star handling inspires what they roll into yours. Game 2 of this best of 7. It's a good one. Both clubs shooting well. Marv Albert, Steve Kerr, Cheryl Miller. As we head to the second half, the Dallas Mavericks once again being led by Dirk Nowitzki. He is the high point man with 15.
Well, he was fantastic as usual. I mean, he really got into the flow of the game early. He made 6 of 9 shots, most of which came on that move, that fadeaway where he leans back, shoots the ball right over the top of the defender. We saw him do it against virtually everybody the Lakers threw at him. And for the Lakers, it was about the inside game of Andrew Bynum, 14 points, 6 for 8 from the field, and he had 4 offensive boards. And this is where the Lakers are really trying to take advantage of Dallas in this series. Much better job tonight than in Game 1.
Let's take a look at the game summary presented by Axe. Dallas at 50%, 20 of 40. Lakers 21 of 44 at 48%. 0 for 7 from downtown for the Lakers. LA with a +8 off the boards and points in the paint, about even. Go to Cheryl Miller. Cheryl.
Well, Marvelous, the Lakers were very happy in the first half as far as their rebounding is concerned. They want to continue that in the second half. But defensively, they said they have to shore it up a little more and definitely give Dirk Nowitzki some different looks.
Well, the Lakers trying to tie this series at 1 apiece. Oh, the steal by Bryant. Bryant all the way. And missed the layup. And Kobe upset with himself.
Better run back.
Yeah, he stays in the backcourt as Dallas tries to break down, and they do. Kobe recovering. Stevenson open for 3. Lakers very fortunate with Kobe hanging back, and Stevenson with a wide open shot, not able to hit it.
Dallas very fortunate too. I don't know how Kobe missed that layup.
Artest for 3. Stevenson and Kidd in the backcourt. Nowitzki, Chandler, Marion up front. Fisher breaks it up.
Well, this quarter is starting just like the third quarter the other night for Dallas. 2 turnovers right off the bat.
Artest held by Kidd for Jason Kidd, his second foul.
Well, take a look after the steal. Kobe thought he got pushed right here from Kidd, and there was a little bit of a nudge.
Yeah.
And he glared at Bill Spooner, and he went over to Monty McCutcheon just now to have a little chat. And Marv, meanwhile, Artest with that missed 3 from the corner. Lakers now 0 for 8 from the three-point line. And given the way this game is going, Dallas knows what the Lakers are going to try to do. They're going to try to pound them inside. So look for Dallas's defense to really start to pack that paint area until the Lakers prove they can make a shot.
Mavericks up by 1. Marion gets it to Chandler. Tyson Chandler, once again the beneficiary of a lob. He's 3 of 4, 6 points.
Every time Andrew Bynum is involved in a pick and roll with Chandler on the perimeter, Chandler is just slipping right to the hoop, and all of the Mavericks players, whether it's Kidd or Marion, they're just looking for that lob.
Fisher rims out on a 3. Chandler hit the floor. He thought he was fouled by Artest. Chandler pointing to a wet spot on the court. Stevenson, he's hit 2 from downtown and make it 3 as he went glass, and that was not his intent.
You know what? You're not allowed to hold up 3 fingers when you bank it in from the top of the key. That's ridiculous, but he'll take it.
Foul is called as Stevenson lands on the floor.
This should be a technical foul right here. I mean, they should add this to the rule book. You bank a 3 in. There's no way he was trying to do it. And now, yeah, that's right. That's right. Come on, Deshaun.
Foul was called on Stevenson. Well, at least he's not giving that indication that I'm so hot I can't feel my face.
Or wipe your
Remember
hands
that?
like,
Yeah.
you know, my hands are slippery.
Lakers turn it over. 2 minutes gone by, third quarter. Marion kicks it out. Stevenson for 3. Rebounded by Bynum.
He thought he was hot from banking that one in from the top of the circle.
Bryant off the crossover. Nice pass to Saul, blocked from behind.
And that was Stevenson that got the block.
Artest on Nowitzki. Nowitzki had it deflected away.
A lot of cross matches going on in this third quarter. It seems like every possession you're finding different guys guarding different people. And as a result, we're seeing some open looks, but neither team really able to take advantage at this point.
You can hear the boos from this crowd. Gasol now 2 of 8 from the field. Nowitzki coming up short. Mavericks get back. Fisher with the lead. Gasol puts it down. Not taking any chances.
No. And Lakers in transition. Chandler somehow loses Gasol, and he's talking to Chandler's talking to Dirk right now, and Dirk saying, I had Bynum. So Dallas has to do a better job with its transition defense here.
Marion, played by Bryant. Nice move by Marion. Marion with the tip and a foul.
I think it's going to be on Gasol for reaching in on Marion, and if that's the case, that'll be number 3 on Pau Gasol. And here's the block from Stevenson. Definitely got a piece of the wrist. It could have been a foul. Doesn't get the call. And the crowd started booing Gasol on the next one. That's pretty amazing. I mean, this guy's helped the Lakers win the last 2 championships, but you get the sense of the level of frustration from the Laker fans right now with his play.
That was called on Gasol to start. Here's Stevenson. He is trigger happy now. There's another 3-point attempt.
Right, there's a reason you're open with Sean.
Bryant lost the dribble. Gasol diving for, tied up by Chandler. It'll be a jump ball.
Rick Carlisle not happy at all. He thought it was.
Oh no, they called a foul.
Yeah, they called a foul. He thought it should have been a jump ball. And who'd they call the foul on?
It is on. Let's see. Now it's Nowitzki picks up his 3rd. And now they changed it. It's Chandler. So Chandler picks up his 3rd. Originally, Nowitzki was called. 3 on Chandler, 3 on Gasol. Gasol working hard down low.
That's the one the Lakers never got to the other night in game 1. Phil Jackson just holds his hands up like, look guys, it's easy. They've got to swing the ball against this Dallas defense and then feed the post. And Gasol had really good position that time.
Dallas led by as many as 8, one stretch in the first half. They're now up by 2. Nowitzki with the step and fouled. If it's Gasol, it's number 4. Bynum was trailing. Gasol was right there.
I think they got Bynum.
It is Bynum.
Oh, Marvin, this is what the Lakers have to do to attack this Dallas defense. And you're going to see the ball get swung. And look at the position he gets on Dirk Nowitzki as the ball is being swung. And that's why you have to move the ball offensively, because it doesn't allow the defense to load up on you. You get the defense moving, and now you're the aggressor. And Gasol at 4 feet is much more effective than he is at 10 feet.
Nowitzki, one of the best free throw shooters in the league at 89%. 3 for 3 tonight. Dirk, a 10-time All-Star, most valuable player back in 05-06, and that's a rare miss for Dirk.
Almost missed that one the other night to tie the game with 20 seconds left. Rolled that first one in. The crowd here was just hanging on the edge of its seat.
Fisher. Lakers have not been able to hit from long range. Good job by Fisher anticipating that pass. Fisher all the way to the left hand. He thought he was fouled, claiming he was hit on the head.
Well, look at this lineup for Dallas right now. Rick Carlisle doesn't like it. He's going to call a timeout because of the lack of shooting with Stevenson and Marion. The Lakers have really packed the paint defensively, and they're playing the passing lanes.
Mavericks up by 1. 6:50 to go here in the third, and as we head to break, a look at the all-new Chrysler 300C in the streets of Los Angeles. 56 lead on the LA Lakers here in Los Angeles. Hall of Famer, head coach Phil Jackson, who now has 11 championship rings as a head coach, 6 with the Bulls, 5 with the Lakers. He has 2 additional championship rings as a player with the Knicks, and Phil telling us earlier that he has been wearing 1 ring for each playoff game. It began in the series against the Hornets, where he wore the Knick championship rings the first 2 games. Here's Kidd for 3, rebounded by Nowitzki. And tonight he's wearing a Bulls championship ring. It is their 8th playoff game, so it's number 6 with the Bulls. Stojakovic, who just checked in, and it's rebounded by Gasol.
He can just keep going, too. I mean,
he still has a few more.
He's still got a few more. I think all coaches should do that. Oh wait, never mind.
That's nice.
None of them can.
And where are your championship rings as we speak?
I'm going to start wearing one each game now for the rest of the playoffs, just for your pleasure, Mark.
I'd enjoy it. There's Gasol on a fadeaway. Terry, who just checked back in, is on it.
It really is amazing when you think of the accomplishments of Phil Jackson. I mean, 11 championship rings. That's only Bill Russell can match that.
And as I said, 2 more as a player. Although one of those seasons he was not active. He was injured. That was 69-70. Tap, controlled by the Mavs, and they take advantage of 3 for Nowitzki.
Now they are destroying the Lakers from the three-point line in this series. 9 the other night, 6 tonight. Lakers were 5 for 19 in game 1, and they have yet to make one here.
Bryant getting off the double. It is a 2-point Dallas lead. Marv Albert with Steve Kerr and Cheryl Miller in what many people here in the Los Angeles area feel is a must game for the Lakers. Do you feel that way?
Almost. Not quite.
Almost.
Not quite.
Almost. How do you almost feel that way?
All right, so no, it's not a must game. How's that?
I want to get an answer out of you.
I think what I mean is for anybody else it probably would be, but the Lakers are a good road team. They're the back-to-back champs. Kobe missing on the jumper. If the Lakers go down 0-2, they can win on the road. They can get back in this thing.
Bynum. And the Lakers, like the Mavericks, a very good road team.
Now, it's highly unlikely that they would come back and win the series. I think it's only been done twice, I believe, or once when a team loses the first 2 at home.
But that doesn't mean a team can't do it.
No, of course. Of course not.
We talked about that the other day. And kept talking about it.
That's right.
Here is Bryant. Lakers are within 2 in the opening round series. They lost their first game at home and then went on to beat the Hornets, but obviously the Hornets are not as talented and deep as this Dallas team.
This is a much better team, much more experienced team. And of course they've got this guy with the ball right now, Dirk Nowitzki.
Oh, a rainbow shot by Nowitzki. Dirk is 8 for 12 for 21 points.
And you get the sense that this crowd is afraid of Dirk Nowitzki, and they should be. Lakers are going to take a timeout. But when you have a guy like Dirk who can close a game, and you've got a defense now that can keep it close, you always have a chance. And I think that's what happened in game 1, and that's what the crowd is fearing here in game 2. Dirk Nowitzki, 8 for 12. He's got 21 points. He's feeling it tonight.
Maybe he's looking at it like, oh man, this is it, you know. But, you know, life changes us. It's not a bad different, but we're all in a different place or different space, you know, our minds. And we just want to see him go out on top. Because he's taught me, you know, how to win, how to carry yourself like a winner, and how to think like a winner. And you know, I'd like to get this one for him.
Lamar in a very philosophical mood, it should be pointed out.
Phil's mystical ways have apparently rubbed off on Lamar Odom. You look at the profile for Phil Jackson, 11 NBA championships, most of all time, 229 playoff wins. Just an amazing basketball coach.
And Steve, what appears to be his finale, that's what he has said, but you never know. As Bryant knocks it away, recovered by Kidd for, first it was indicated a three, then waved off, but it did not matter. Steve Blake back on the floor, watched by Jason Kidd. 4-point lead for Dallas, just under 3 to go in this third quarter. Shot clock down to 7. Blake is open. He's been hesitant to shoot, went long there. Bynum gets it back out. Blake again. Rebounded by Chandler.
That was a rough possession for Steve Blake. Almost threw the ball away twice and then missed a couple of wide open threes as well.
Lakers now 0 for 11 from beyond that three-point line. Here is Kidd posting and then throws it back out. Dirk Nowitzki taking his seat, replaced by Sean Marion. So a rest here for Dirk. Kidd for 3. And deflected out of bounds. Last touch by the Lakers. That's the indication. Now they change the call. Monty McCutcheon along the sideline had a better view. Says no. Last touch by Dallas.
Now Jason Kidd was trying to post up on the smaller Steve Blake and eventually got the ball back and had to throw up a three. Looked like to me the ball was actually off of Odom, but oftentimes the officials will give the call to the man who has inside position.
Artest getting inside, went up with the left hand as he looked to make a move on Stojakovic, and it's batted out of bounds by the Lakers. So it'll be Dallas ball. Up by 4, led by as many as 8 in the first half. Try to take a 2-0 lead in this best of 7. With the series moving to Dallas on Friday night. Terry is off. He has not shot the ball well here tonight.
The Lakers have done a nice job for the most part of keeping him out of his comfort zone. We've talked about it. He loves to go right. He got to the right that time, but missed the jump shot.
They double up on Bryant. His pass ricocheted off the backboard.
Wow. Now, you don't often see that. I mean, Kobe Bryant, normally a very good passer, but just had a horrible angle on that pass.
Either club shooting well here in the third. Dallas 5 for 19. And Los Angeles 5 for 18 from the field. Stojakovic with a runner. Peja Stojakovic has extended the Maverick lead to 6.
Getting good minutes again from Stojakovic. And you have to honor that three-point shot if you're Artest. And that's what gives Stojakovic the room to knock down that runner.
Odom facing the double. Shot clock to 4. Bad pass. Here comes Terry. Marion. And you can hear the anxiety in this crowd here. It's not only anxiety,
now it's
boos.
Yes. And Steve Blake has lost his confidence in his shot, and that led to that turnover. He probably should have shot the ball in the first place. Phil Jackson's going to have to think about possibly making a change.
Lakers without a point the last 4 minutes, and Andrew Bynum finally able to hit one for LA. They're down by 6 with 10 seconds left in the third. Dallas spreads it out. Here's Terry putting a move on Blake, and a foul is called. They had a foul to give. Down to 2.8 left in the third.
Lamar Odom is looking at somebody in the stands, and he keeps nodding his head saying, we'll win the game. I don't know who he's talking to, but he's feeling awfully confident for a guy on a team down 6 with 2 seconds left in the quarter, already down 1-0 in the series.
Here's Dirk Nowitzki checking back in for Sean Marion. Kidd will throw in. Can't find anyone. Stojakovic stripped by Artest.
Second time he's blocked the attempt from Stojakovic. Remember, he got one in the first half as well in front of the Dallas bench.
1.3 to go, third quarter. Terry gets it off. Low-scoring third quarter, but Dallas with a 17-13 edge. And as we head to the fourth, here in Los Angeles, the Mavericks with a 68-62 lead.
Lakers trailed by 6. Joining me is Phil Jackson. And Phil, you called the timeout around the 3-minute mark. What didn't you like?
Where should I start?
Let's start with one thing that really stood out.
We weren't playing two plays. We were playing one aspect of play defensively. But the offensive end, we're not swinging the ball. We're not getting the ball moved. And it still seems to be a problem for us to keep that ball moving from side to side.
Too many three-point attempts?
I don't know. Steve Blake had a couple. He's not a bad three-point shooter.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, Cheryl. Meanwhile, Steve Blake just missed badly on that attempt to open up the fourth quarter.
Yeah, just one of those nights for Blake. Lakers now 0 for 12 from 3. Blake normally a pretty good three-point shooter, as you mentioned, but Phil Jackson will keep him out there because he's a terrific defensive player and because Dallas is going with its small guard lineup of Terry and Barea. He likes to keep Blake out there defensively.
Strong move by Odom, not able to finish. Here comes Barea. Nice fake on Blake. Hayward with the tip. Hayward with the score.
He's given this team some big minutes here tonight, Marv. Hayward had 3 blocks in the first half, and he sprints the floor that time to clean up the missed shot from Barea. And this crowd, not only quiet, but almost, I don't know, what's the word?
Glum?
Glum. I like it. Sullen?
Sullen, yes. Gasol cuts it to a 6-point Maverick lead. Nowitzki, Stojakovic, and Hayward up front. Terry and Barea in the backcourt. So Jason Kidd receiving a rest. Terry is open for 3. Yes. Jason Terry has not shot the ball well tonight, but he's a streak shooter, and that could get things rolling. 3 of 10 from the field. He does have 5 assists.
Yeah, he kind of greased that one in the side door. That may get him going, but that play was a direct result of Barea's penetration. And he gets your defense scattered, and then all of a sudden you react, and you got a wide open shooter.
Gasol blocked by Hayward, and he is fouled. Dallas able to extend to its biggest lead of the night with 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth.
Well, this was the story the other night. Remember, Lakers had, I think it was a 7-point lead going into the fourth. They had really controlled things. Look at the offensive execution for Dallas. 6 assists, no turnovers. They shot 53%, and they absolutely shut down L.A. So Rick Carlisle's team feels very comfortable going into this fourth quarter, knowing that they can get the job done.
Pau Gasol continues to hear it from the crowd. He's now 2 of 5 at the line, and the Lakers have missed 7 free throws, 8 for 15 at the foul line.
You wonder, you think about the Lakers the last few years. They've been in the finals 3 straight years. This is their attempt to get there 4 years in a row. That hasn't been done, Mark, since the Boston Celtics, 1984 to 87. There's a reason it isn't done very often. It's hard, and you wonder if the Lakers aren't just physically and emotionally just exhausted from all the play the last few years.
Oh, what a move by Barea, and he's hit from behind. Fouled in the act. J.J. Barea, so good penetrating. Foul is called on Gasol. That is his 4th. That'll put Barea at the line, and he is an excellent free throw shooter, 85% during the season. A programming reminder, Justice gets a whole new twist. Don't miss the Franklin and Bash series premiere Wednesday, June 1st at 9/8 Central, only on TNT. Steve, you talk about the success of the Lakers. How about Phil Jackson going for a 4th three-peat, which is incredible. So 2 three-peats with the Bulls and 1 with the Lakers, and they have obviously won the last 2 championships.
That's why he seems so casual in his interview with Cheryl. I mean, you know, when you've won that many titles, I think everything's kind of gravy.
Nice move by Odom. Mavericks with a 75 67 lead. Dallas, team that won 57 and lost 25 during the season. Same record as the Lakers. Lakers with home advantage in this playoff series by virtue of the season series, which they took 2 of 3. Crowd trying to get the Lakers going. Odom putting a move on Nowitzki and pops it out. Here's Barnes for 3. They cannot find the range from downtown.
0 for 13, Marvin. And you look at the rest of the numbers, everything else is even in terms of the field goals. Both teams have made 29 of them. Just so happens that Dallas has made 7 threes to the Lakers 0.
And the Lakers have hurt themselves at the foul line. Here is Terry way off. Blake able to spin his way. Still much time left. Just under 8.5 to play in the fourth. Odom putting moves on Haywood. Correa puts the speed on. Able to elude the foul. Terry wide open. It's waved off. Will not count. Foul before the shot attempt.
Steve Blake tried to foul Jason Terry, or maybe it was Correa, early in the possession. Lakers very fortunate because that foul really didn't need to be called. Terry would have had a wide open shot.
The Cinco stat of the night presented by Corona.
Well, here's the difference in the series. Really, when you look at the numbers all together, Mavs 7 for 22 tonight from the three-point line. Lakers have not made one yet. And look at 4 more in game 1 as well. Lakers were actually a decent three-point shooting team during the regular season. But they don't shoot a lot of them normally. They like to execute inside out and take advantage when they can. They have just been ice cold tonight.
They're around 35% during the season, which is about middle of the pack. Kobe Bryant has checked back in. Correa putting a move on Bynum. Rebound Marion. Won't count. Offensive interference.
I think what Brendan Haywood was doing, Marv, as he was hanging on the rim, I think he was trying to protect himself. Let's take a look. Correa can't get the lay-in to go, and Haywood felt like Derek Fisher was right underneath him, so he hung on to him, which is fine as long as nobody else is trying to put an offensive rebound back.
8-point Dallas lead, just under 8 remaining in the fourth. Fisher had it knocked away, last touched by Terry. This is game 2 of the best of 7. Series swinging over to Dallas Friday night for game 3. Games 3 and 4 in Dallas. The Lakers try to tie things up at 1-1. Mavericks looking to go 2-0. Fisher called for the foul as Terry came up with the steal. Fisher tried to knock it aside and ends up landing on Terry.
Boy, tough night for Steve Blake as he throws the ball away. Just cannot get a feel out here. And sometimes when you miss a few shots, it affects other aspects of your game because you fall out of rhythm and you start doing things that you don't normally do. Maybe you pass up a shot that should be taken. But Phil Jackson continues to stay with Blake because of his defensive prowess.
Nowitzki putting moves on Odom. The tip missed by Marion. Fisher on it. And Fisher lost it. He stumbles. Looks like he's shaken up. Here comes Correa. Puts it up for Marion. Too far. Picked off by Bryant. Fisher back on his feet. Takes the pass. Nice fake on Nowitzki and lays it home.
Wow, what a swing. It looked like Dallas was going to have a layup, a 4-point swing. Now the crowd's back in it. Critical turnover from Correa.
They're on their feet here at Staples Center. Correa with a runner. One of the Lakers, was it Blake, lost him.
Now on that high pick and roll, when Bynum came over to try to block the shot, but Correa with the floater. And how about Pau Gasol on the bench here? Usually you see him in the game in this situation.
Bryant tries to follow it up. He does. Bynum takes it. Lakers looking for a foul on Haywood. Here's Bryant for 3.
Marv, it's like the crowd is just desperate for something to cheer for. And the Lakers haven't given them anything to be excited about tonight.
Lakers now 0 for 14 from downtown. Nice pass. Haywood with the stuff. Beautiful setup on the hop by Barea. Timeout called by the Lakers.
Boy, Dallas just has the Laker defense completely strung out. And this high pick and roll with Barea is what's working. You see how much space he has because the Laker defenders staying home with shooters. Now there's space for Brendan Haywood to find his way to the hoop. Dallas trying to take the first two in LA.
Goodyear has learned making tires for All-Star handling inspires what they roll into yours. 10-point Dallas lead, their biggest lead of the night. The Lakers with only 20 points the last 18 minutes of play. They have been outscored 28-20 by the Mavericks. Odom wheeling in on Nowitzki.
And Mark, what this small lineup has done for Dallas is made the Lakers match up with them defensively. And as a result, now you only have Bynum on the floor. You don't have Bynum and Gasol. So the Lakers' huge size advantage no longer an issue here, the way this small Dallas lineup is playing with Barea.
Barea able to penetrate at will. Jason Kidd has come back. Shannon Brown coming on for Steve Blake. Here's Barea around Brown. Kidd for three. Yes.
Oh, man.
Jason Kidd from downtown extending to an 82-69 Dallas lead.
Barea has just changed the game in the last 3 minutes with his penetration. And the Lakers defense is completely confused.
Down to 5 minutes to play in the fourth. Brown for three. This is just incredible. 0 for 15 from beyond that three-point line as the Lakers cannot find the range. Here's Barea again getting into the lane. Barea beats Odom off the dribble.
Wow. Barea just taking over the game. And Mark, remember, this is a Laker team that for years has had all kinds of problems with small penetrating guards. And we're seeing exactly why.
Dallas with a 9-0 run. You heard the boos from the crowd once again. A foul is called. Nowitzki and Kidd doubling up on Brown, who will go to the line.
This is a little Steve Nash-like. You know, the floor spread, penetration, and if the layup's there, take it. If not, find a three-point shooter. And they have this Laker defense so stretched out. And Barea's really good with these floaters. We saw him with a spectacular shot in Game 1 with his left hand in a similar situation. But his play has just been phenomenal.
J.J. Barea in his 5th NBA season out of Northeastern. Pau Gasol checking back in for Lamar Odom. Barea signed as a free agent. He started 25 games the last couple of years. Born and raised in Puerto Rico, member of Puerto Rico's national team. Has been getting more and more playing time this season. And as you mentioned, has been a major factor the first two games of the series.
Yeah. And Dallas goes right back to that high pick and roll. Now the Lakers make an adjustment. Shannon Brown going under the screen. And now they defend it much better.
Kidd for three. Good box out by Bynum.
Lakers go back to the big lineup with Bynum and Gasol.
You can see the body language here from the Lakers. Upset with themselves. We saw Kobe upset just a moment ago over at the bench. Bynum, yes. There's still lots of time, but they're down by 13 with 3.5 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Well, they've got to make stops, obviously. This is not a Laker team that's going to force turnovers, but they can block shots with Gasol and Bynum on the floor.
Barea for three. Fisher able to chase it down. Bryant met by Marion. Here is Kobe, and he is fouled in the act.
Marv, I don't know if I can ever remember a Laker home crowd sound this frustrated. I mean, we're hearing all kinds of yelling and screaming from behind us. Total frustration.
Jason Terry back, and J.J. Barea will take a seat after playing 16 minutes, 4 of 9 from the field, 10 points, 4 assists. But it was Barea's penetration that also set up teammates for other shots.
It just broke down the Laker defense, and with him out now, you'd expect Dallas to go to Dirk Nowitzki rather than that high pick and roll with Barea. They'll get Dirk down on the block, I think.
84-73. Mavericks. Nowitzki, a wild shot, yes, and the foul. Off 1 foot, fouled by Gasol, and he will go to the line following the timeout.
Just an impossible shot. I mean, he does this so easily, and yet it looks so difficult. The turn, the fade off 1 foot, high arcing shot. Dallas on the verge. Threatening to close this game out here, and it's been the play of J.J. Barea that really opened up the game. Look at the Laker defenders trying to go over the top of those screens, and as a result, Barea getting right into the heart of that LA defense, and that has opened up all kinds of opportunities, both for himself and his teammates. And Barea, in about a 6-minute stretch, just changed this game entirely. And the Mavericks, as a result, pulling away.
Nowitzki looking to convert on the three-point play, and he does. Dallas extending the lead from 6 to 14 in this fourth quarter. And those were Dirk's first points of the quarter. Bryant able to knock down a three. So finally the Lakers hit a shot from downtown after missing their first 15.
And a sarcastic round of applause comes from the Laker faithful.
I thought it was more sardonic.
That too.
Marion's pass picked off by Fisher, and Kidd able to recapture.
You see Kidd immediately looking up at the shot clock, making sure it had been reset with the steal from Derek Fisher.
Dallas able to use the clock right here. Nowitzki not able to tip it after the finger roll miss. Here's Fisher pulling up. Look at, Artest with the shove on Marion. And the foul call.
Well, Dallas has done such a nice job on the glass, Marv. We've talked about it this entire series. And look at the hustle from Shawn Marion, who's so good with that, just getting loose balls and rebounds. That second hop, Marion will go to the line, but 40-37, the rebounding totals in favor of LA. That's a win for Dallas right there.
Lakers now over the limit. The Mavericks in position to take a 2-0 lead on the Lakers, with game number 3 coming up Friday night in Dallas. Will be seen on ESPN. Then game 4 Sunday at Dallas on ABC. The last time the Lakers lost first 2 games in a playoff series was back in 08.
At home, right?
Yes, at home. To the Boston. No, not at home. No.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No, that was 76-77. To Portland. We'll have to get back to our research.
I interrupted your thought. My fault.
That's all right. Traveling violation is called. They lost the first 2 to the Celtics in Boston.
Yes.
In 08.
Yes.
All right.
That was the last time they lost
in the finals.
The first 2 games of a series.
Right. However, the last 2 times they lost the first 2 at home was to the Portland Trailblazers in 76-77.
That's amazing.
And the Blazers went on to take the title. That was the Bill Walton-led Portland team, as Artest comes up with air. Coming up on a minute remaining in this fourth quarter. Blazers swept the Lakers. in '77. You can hear the boos from this crowd. It has been an extremely unpredictable year in the NBA postseason, which for the league is very exciting. I'm sure teams like the Lakers and their fans not necessarily appreciate the fact that unusual things have occurred.
It's really an interesting time in the NBA, Mark. Kind of a changing of the guard type feel. You know, you see Boston down 2-0. San Antonio goes out in the first round. Lakers now in deep trouble. And so you're seeing a brand new generation of teams coming in, even though this Dallas team is not a younger team, as Marion's going to get a breakaway hoop. But, you know, it's just a new era, and it's coming.
Artest with the foul, Marion to the line.
And Marv, I think it's important to point out the contributions of both Tyson Chandler and Brendan Haywood, because we've talked so much in this series about the importance of battling the Lakers inside. LA with the big advantage supposedly, and yet Haywood and Chandler have gone toe-to-toe with the Laker big men. And look at the numbers, you know, not overwhelming, but they're contributing, and they're always there. One of them is always on the court, which has just improved this Dallas defense dramatically. They have a rim protector on the court for 48 minutes.
And think of the reception that the Mavericks will receive Friday night in Dallas.
That place will be going bonkers.
You see the front court rundown, and Mark Cuban, the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, certainly enjoying these moments.
You think? Think of all the pain that he's gone through as Artest knocks down the three, but the last 4 years, 3 first-round exits for the Mavs, and the soft label.
Whoa. Combination of Odom and Artest colliding with Barea, and Artest is being ejected for the elbow to the head of Barea. This one got out of hand for Ron Artest. You saw the shove a couple minutes ago of Marion.
Artest at the end of these games is always a fuse just waiting to be lit, and that's, I mean, you can't do that. I mean, it's, but I've seen Artest get so frustrated at the end of games that it's best if they just take him out. Phil Jackson didn't do it, so the referees will do it for him.
So personal foul on Odom. Artest hit him after the foul by Odom.
You know, I think if the foul had been on Artest, it would have been a flagrant foul. But because the foul had already been committed by Odom, they just considered it a technical. And Barea, fortunate that he didn't get hurt on that, and he'll go to the line now.
Just an outstanding performance by J.J. Barea.
How about Charles Barkley? He's looking pretty good right now with his picks.
Speaking of enjoying the moments.
That's right. He picked Memphis to beat the Spurs. He called this one before it started, and the way these 2 games have gone, it sure looks like the Mavericks will advance, but there's a long way to go. They got to win 2 more games. I would say I'd like to go to Vegas with Charles, but I know that's not the case.
No, you do not want to. Well, this series still has a long way to go.
A long way, for sure. But Charles is dead on as Brown knocks down the jumper. Just in terms of the matchups and the way this thing might play out, he's been dead on.
Another stunner pulled off by the Dallas Mavericks here at Staples in Los Angeles. And again, you can hear the boos from the crowd. The Mavericks come away with a 93-81 victory to make it 2-zip in this best-of-7 with games 3 and 4 in Dallas. Dirk Nowitzki, the high point man, with 24 points, 9 for 16. Kobe Bryant at 23. But we've been talking quite a bit in the second half about J.J. Barea, who came off the bench and helped turn things for the Mavs. Let's go to Cheryl with J.J.
JJ, you absolutely just sifted through the Lakers defense. What were they giving you out there?
Well, it was open. My big guys were setting hella screens. and we got shooters spaced out. So my coach, my teammates, they always tell me to stay aggressive, and I just came out with a lot of energy. We had the lead, and I just try to stay with the lead or push it up.
Talk about defensively what you guys were able to accomplish as far as holding down the Lakers.
Oh, we're doing a great job defensively. We got to keep that up if we want to finish this series, and we've been trying to play good defense all year, so it's working out tonight.
All right, the Mavs got greedy. They're up by 2. Let's send it back to you, Marv.
All right, thank you, Cheryl. J.J. Beret in his 5th season out of Northeastern by way of Puerto Rico, doing a terrific job. Dallas ends up shooting 43%, and you can tell from the shooting numbers, Lakers at 41, but they missed their first 15 from three-point land. So Dallas with a 2-0 lead in this best of 7 as they win the first 2 here in L.A. Thanks to our producer, Scott Coccarello, director, Renato Lowe, statistician, Paul Evans. Again, the final, the Mavericks 93, the Lakers 81. For Steve Kerr, Cheryl Miller, and the rest of our crew, I'm Marv Albert saying good night. From Staples, coming up next, it is Inside the NBA. You've been watching the NBA on TNT, exclusive home of the 2011 Eastern Conference Finals. Now to the studio, Ernie, Charles, and Kenny.